Fringe Dwellers. Written by Robbie Matthews. Adapted for radio by Novak Nanazik.
Sydney has always been an open city. We've got all sorts here. Computer programmers, traffic cops, accountants, builders, sorcerers, straight, gay, alive, dead, undead. You name it, we've got it. So it wasn't an unusual night at all when this sorcerer opens the door and says,
"So you're a werewolf then?"
It shows that much, does it?
That's quite obvious to the knowledgeable sorcerer, especially this time of the month.
Damn,
Wouldn't have thought you'd be working during a full moon.
I try not to, but we're short-handed. You know how it is. So, you Albert Cox?
Yes, I am. Is that my parcel?
Yep, special delivery.
Well, thank you for being so prompt. I've been waiting for this.
I hate working during the full moon. My palms itch, I sprout fur in odd places, and I have to fight down a strong urge to rip out of my customers' throats. Mind you, I often feel that way even without the full moon. I had intended to be out in the country this month. I could have been running over the fields, hunting down my prey. Instead, I was stuffed into a courier's uniform, delivering packages and trying to stay human. I'm a private investigator, really. But my brother-in-law Tom owns this small courier company, and he's always dragging me in when he's short-handed. Besides, I needed the money. So there I was. It was night, of course. A good half of Tom's business is done at night. Nothing shady. It's just that the undead in Sydney don't keep daylight hours. I got back to the van, looked in the rearview mirror, and backed out. Bloody hell! There, in front of the van, was the body of Albert Cox, the man I just delivered the package to. He'd been disemboweled, his guts spread out over the street like an obscene jelly. The shock, coupled with the horrifyingly tempting smell of fresh, steaming blood, triggered the change I'd been holding back all evening. I lay panting, and I was still wearing my clothes, which meant I could rip out of them if I wanted to, or lie there until I changed back. Not much of a choice, really. I could see the cop's eyes widening as he took in the scene, and here I was, fully transformed, standing next to a disemboweled body.
What's going on there?
Shit! Rogue lycanthrope.
A werewolf? Shoot on sight, remember? Use the silver-plated rounds. Hurry!
I ran.
Hey!
I knew I was in the shit, again. I really had only one place to go, Bruno's bar. Bruno's is in the less trendy part of Piedmont. There are a handful of pubs in the vicinity. The Shamrock, the Ferry pub, is just across the street. And I do mean ferry. The gay bar is Rose's, up the road a bit. Guess all us fringe dwellers like to hang together for protection.
Howdy, Johnny. Rough night?
There are a bunch of nice things about being in wolf form. Supernatural strength, keen senses.
Can I get you a drink?
On the downside, I can't speak a word while transformed.
I'll take that as a yes.
Warwick is a were-wombat. I guess it takes all kinds.
So, you want to talk? I'll go over to the Shamrock and see if I can find a sprite who wants to translate.
Warwick didn't take long. He returned with a sprite on his shoulder. Fawny's perpetually on the booze, and she'll do most odd jobs for a sorcerer here. Sexlessly nude, and about the size of a Barbie doll. You have only her word that she is a she. I never pursued the issue. She settled down on my head and prepared to translate.
How do you do that anyway, Vaughn?
I'm telepathic, you idiot! Now, let's see. He says, Warwick, mate, I need a lawyer.
What have you done this time?
Been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Do you know if Vlad is around?
No, I believe he's gone off for a fortnight to visit the old country.
Well, it's true that all lawyers are blood-sucking creeps. That doesn't automatically make them vampires. But Vlad is.
The old country? I thought Transylvania was still communist.
Not for years. And in any case, when he refers to the old country, he's talking about New Zealand.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, what about Jimmy?
I'd say he's up at Hunters at the moment, along with most of your carnivorous types. Your best chance is Dead Ed.
Oh no, not the zombie!
He's a good lawyer. You of all people shouldn't be prejudiced.
It's the constant smell of formaldehyde. It gets to me.
One of the mixed blessings of lycanthropy is a keen sense of smell. Believe me, living in a crowded city, it's a very mixed blessing.
Well, unless you want to wait another 2 days for people to get back from Hunters, that's who you've got. Your only other choice is to find a real lawyer.
He knew my financial position. If I got someone from the other community, they'd usually give me a discount. And until my PI business picked up a bit, there was just no way I could afford paying full rates.
Yeah, okay, give him a ring. Could you give Tom a ring too? He'll need to know what's going on. And my sister, I'm going to need some clothes.
You still haven't told me what is going on.
I really wished I knew. My sister showed up slightly before Dead Ed, bearing a change of clothes. I tried to get Vaughnie to translate, but then she'd passed out in a saucer. When the moon had set far enough for me to turn back, we all trooped off, and I gave myself up to the cops. I had the good fortune to get Detective Kelly. I'd had dealings with him in the past. He was okay. I told him everything I could remember.
Well, Sergeant, what have you got?
Well, the initial forensics report indicates the victim, one Albert Cox, had been disemboweled by something with claws. Long, sharp claws.
Give me a look at that. This doesn't match the profile of a werewolf attack.
He was a sorcerer.
Who was?
Albert.
Well then, nothing to get excited about.
Being torn apart by enraged creatures from beyond is an occupational hazard, if you're a sorcerer.
Sounds like fun.
We've got a lot on our plates at the moment, Johnny. You might have just struck it lucky.
A lot of disappearances in the last few days.
Tell me about it.
They took all sorts of samples from me anyway. Hair, saliva, blood, etc. I got a bit cranky about it all, especially the etc. But Dead Ed, my lawyer, told me to cooperate. So I cooperated. It wasn't like I had a choice.
DNA testing is only so-so for proving you did a crime, but pretty good for proving that you didn't. Since you reckon you didn't do it, you should be as helpful as possible.
Thanks, Kelly.
All right, Mr. Phillips, you can go now. We may contact you in the next few days if we have any more questions. Make sure you ring that number.
I went home. A shower and a hot coffee later, I was starting to feel a bit more human. Then I tried the number.
Hello, Cac.
Hello. This is John Phillips here. Detective Kelly asked me to give you a call.
Oh, yes, I'm glad you rang. I'm Doris. I understand you are a private investigator.
Yes, I am.
I also understand that you were the only witness to poor Albert's demise.
Yes, that's true.
Well, I was hoping we could hire you to investigate the circumstances of Albert's death.
That would normally be a police matter.
Oh, you know as well as I do that they're going to make a finding of accidental death. A careless summoning, an angry demon. You know how it goes. We suspect something more sinister.
More sinister? Oh, look, I'm sorry. Who is we?
CAC. CAC. Citizens Against Cthulhu. I thought you knew.
There are some powers that exist in the realms outside this world. Some of the nastiest of these powers are known as the Elder Gods, and the nastiest of them all is Cthulhu. Every now and again, a Cthulhu cult rears its ugly head. I've never understood why. The cults exist to summon the Elder Gods back into their world, and as this is considered a bad thing, and generally fatal to the summoner, it all seems pointless. They are a long way from being my favourite people.
Look, I've got to go now. Why don't you pop over to our office in, say, an hour?
Sure. Give me the address. Thanks for the tea.
You're quite welcome.
I thought there was a government department to deal with all this.
Cutbacks. There hasn't been a successful manifestation by the Elder Gods for years, so a silly politician decided that it wasn't worth funding anymore. It never occurred to them that there might be a reason there hasn't been a manifestation. Twix. Another biscuit.
Doris was a sorcerer, and I could tell she was a powerful one too.
Anyway, since the job has to be done, a group of us concerned magic workers formed CAC. Fortunately, we have some far-sighted sponsors, so we aren't totally without funds. Most of us do this in our spare time.
So, what makes you suspicious of Albert's death? Particularly, I mean.
There is a particularly inauspicious alignment of the planets occurring shortly. We know that one of the Cthulhu cults is planning to do a major summoning at that time. What we don't know is exactly where and exactly whom they intend to summon.
Oh. And you reckon they might have something to do with the killing?
Just so. Or they know we'll try to interfere. I think they're trying to disrupt our organisation. To make things even more interesting, the facts that we do have point to it being one of the big ones. Cthulhu, Nyarlathotep, Shub-Niggurath, one of those.
That big, huh?
Well, naturally, the stars are wrong for these creatures at present. Will be for several million years. Whatever is summoned will be forced back out of this world eventually, so I don't know why they bother. But the damage they'll do in the meantime...
What about it?
Well, let's just say there won't be much of Sydney left standing.
Oh.
Albert was supposed to be casting a divination that would tell us much more. We assume that they somehow tracked him back and sent a demon to destroy him.
This was not the sort of work I envisaged when I started up the agency. Oh well, might as well get paid for it. When I told her my rates, she accepted them without question, which told me I should have asked for more. I figured the best place to start would be Albert's apartment.
Well, access to poor Albert's apartment should not be a problem. He was a close friend. I have a key and I've already spoken to the police in anticipation. As long as we use due caution, they're happy for us to look around.
Funny. Usually the cops won't release a crime scene for days. Weeks sometimes for a murder.
We have a surprising number of contacts, you know. Shall we go?
Albert's place was clean but scruffy. The walls packed with bookcases. The furniture well worn, but quality. His computer, the latest model. He wasn't poor, that's for sure. But I always knew sorcery paid well.
Poor Albert. He loved this apartment.
Nice place. Bigger than I expected. I like the pentagram on the floor. Very decorative. Kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
His workshop is through here.
Okay, I'll just... Wait a minute. The police forensic team, they haven't been through here yet, have they?
No, I don't believe they have. Why is that important?
No one who isn't a cop gets access to a crime scene before forensics are through. No one. You have some damn good contacts, lady.
Just a few friends in the right places. Oh, they did ask me to be careful not to disturb anything, if that makes you feel any better.
Not many signs of struggle. Just a few drops of blood near the windowsill.
We hadn't started the divination spell yet. There'd be signs of it. They must have got him before he started.
When I delivered the package, he said that he'd been waiting on it. Perhaps it was something he needed for the spell. And he just started getting ready when a demon or whatever found him.
Perhaps. Well, that's another thing. Albert was experienced. He would have strengthened his protective spells before starting something like this. How did the demon get in?
Perhaps he forgot.
No, the protections are definitely still in place. I can't see how any demon could have got in uninvited. Not without a struggle, and that clearly hasn't happened here. The building is still standing.
Ha! You are joking, aren't you?
Well, not in the least.
Oh, well, whatever killed him must have dragged him out the window, ripped him open while still in the air, and dropped him. It was only a matter of minutes between me delivering the package and him landing in front of my van. No screams either. Must have been very sudden. Would the demon protections have stopped him from leaving? Once it was in, I mean.
No, probably not. Well, they aren't designed that way. The pentagram keeps things in, the general protection spells are meant to keep things out.
Wrapping papers. Probably from the parcel. There's some kind of symbol drawn on the inner wrappings. Have you seen anything like it before?
That's a sigil of the Elder Gods. Shub-Niggurath, I believe.
I wouldn't touch that. You might get fingerprints. Oh my god! It was too late. As soon as she touched the papers, the demon appeared. It was about man size, had the usual demon features. Large, leathery wings, feet of goat, long claws, that sort of thing. Before we could react, it grabbed Dogs, wrapped a long fingered hand around her neck, and hustled her towards the window.
Johnny!
I grabbed it by the shoulders and started to sneer. Then muscles that hadn't been there moments ago swelled. My shirt split, the demon squealed, and released Dogs. I flung it hard at the wall and hammered it. It went for another disemboweled shot and scored. I'm a lycanthrope, and its claws weren't silver, so I tore its throat out with my teeth.
I think you've annoyed it. Well, look out, here it comes again!
It faced off for round 2. Then a beam of pure white light shot by my left elbow and struck the demon full on. It was from Dogs.
Careless of me. I think I owe you a bonus, Mr. Phillips.
And then she fainted. I managed to force myself back into my human form using a lot of willpower. Doris looked pretty pale. I called the cops. Then I checked the demon. Takes more than shredding to kill a demon, but it slows them down pretty good. And they dissolve when the sun hits them, which was something I was going to make damn sure happen. Its eyeball blinked at me. It looked pretty pissed off about something. I flicked it against the wall. Will she be alright?
She'll be fine. Let us take care of her.
Well, Johnny, I've talked to a forensic sorcerer. We reckon the wrapping paper was the trap. As soon as the magic user touched the paper, it would summon another one of these demons.
That's what it looked like from where I was standing.
Powerful stuff. Multiple human sacrifice powerful, if you know what I mean. Makes those disappearances particularly worrying, doesn't it?
Yeah. I traced the package back to McCulloch's thaumaturgical supplies. Thaumaturgy is the modern science of magic, and McCulloch's was the best in the business. When I told her what had happened to a package from her warehouse, she was pretty annoyed.
According to the worksheets, there's only one person who could have applied the sigil.
Who?
A new employee, Alan Edgars. Not much for socialising, a good enough worker, but a bit of a slime ball. Edgars, get in here.
Yes, Mrs. McCulloch.
What do you know about this, hey?
Not so fast, mate.
Here for Dark Cthulhu. Here for
No spellcasting in my warehouse, laddie.
You know that's right.
I've got the best industrial strength protection spells you can buy on this warehouse.
I like the way the smoke came out of his ears. Now, you little bugger, tell me what you Cthulhu bastards are planning this week.
Never. Great Cthulhu protect me, I'll never speak.
Oh, you'll talk, believe me. It had been a long, hard day, so I let a bit of the wolf through.
Warehouse 3371B. Copperhead Lane. Tonight. About midnight.
Good boy. Hold him and call the cops. He's wanted for murder.
You're not waiting around?
I've got some stuff to do. This is our problem. You know it is. We'll clean it up.
I'll let them know. Good luck.
I made some calls. Hunter's is a bed and breakfast out in the country. The person who owns it is a lycanthrope. All the wares stay there during the full moon. Those who weren't too busy, of course. I got in contact with the people I wanted. They said they'd be. Next was Bruno's, then Shamrock's, and in a what-the-heck mood, I hit the roads. By sunset, we were ready. I went to the warehouse in Copper Lane and kicked the door. A bunch of cultists looked up, startled.
Who dares?
Alright, creeps, go home. Forget it. Drop the idea. We're not putting up with it this time.
Shout, nigger, shout, woo!
Boss cultist summoned up a demon. It was bigger than the one I tangled with at Albert's place. Taller, meaner, and definitely male. I backed up, and then it paused. Behind me was every undead, supernatural, or otherwise differently lifestyle person I'd be able to round up. Not this time, bucko! The cultists summoned up everything they could think of. And then we charged. It was a hell of a fight. I faced the beastie from the nether dimensions, but I chewed it up and spat it out. It tasted terrible. I saw Warwick going hand to hand with something indescribable.
Johnny, I could use a hand with this beast.
I screamed as we tore it to shreds. A cultist fired at me with a shotgun, and it hurt, but I took it off him and made him eat it. Blue fire breathed from the cult sorcerer's hands as he cast a spell, and exploded in his face.
Yeah, take that, sucker!
The elven warrior was going toe-to-toe with the cultist on his twice his size, machete against sword. It was mayhem, and all but the high priest took part in the fight. I realized what he was doing, so I hurled the shotgun at him and caught him straight between the eyes. As he went down, a gash opened in the air, and dark forms moved behind it.
You did it! They're running!
I wouldn't celebrate just yet.
Oh dear, this doesn't look good unless I'm very much mistaken. That Shubnigura's trying to come through.
How do you know it's Shubnigura?
Count the eyes! That'll take ages. Oh look, tentacles. That's him alright.
Well, we can bloody well go back to where he came from.
Yeah, take that, sucker!
Anyone who knew magic started chanting. The rest of us threw ourselves at the tentacles. I hacked at it with machete. Slowly, we forced him back. Finally, the cops arrived, with Kak in tow. Then Doris began banishing the elder god. We fought the bastards. We stopped them, and we sent them straight back to hell. And after it was over, we were heroes for a while. The government is now funding Kak, and the undead have a better name in Sydney. Not much, but it's enough. We may be Fringe Dwellers, but it's our city too. Well, it's a full moon again. My reservations are made, my bags are packed, and I'm headed for the countryside. Oh, hi Tom. Tonight? You want me to drive tonight?
Cast. Johnny, Mr. Phillips, was played by Novak Energy. Doris, by Alison McGregor. Warwick, Robert March. Kelly, Nick Matthews. Duncan, Belinda Cross. Vaughney, Steph Matthews. Sorcerer, Albert Cox. Michael Cross. McCulloch, Belinda Cross. Alan Edgars, Nick Matthews. Cop 1, Michael Cross. Cop 2, Robert Matthews. Tom, Novak Nenezig, and the boss cultist was played by Robbie Matthews.
Audio engineer, Michael Krause. Edited, music, and produced by Novak Music. Directed by Robbie Matthews. Recorded at Artsound FM Studios. Copyright 2002. Remastered 2007.